this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
I think my story starts when I was very little. My parents used to call me nieuwsgierigje, named after a curious girl from a Dutch children's movie. And I think that was very true. I had questions to everything. I was so curious. I think I'm very happy I was like that when I was younger, because that curiosity was kind of the spark to my rebelliousness. And I think that sounds very cheesy, but it's true. I absolutely loved it every time my parents took me to the forest and let me wander around. I remember loving the way the sunlight hit the leaves and created this magical light show above me. And the melodies that the birds were chirping would always be stuck in my head for the rest of the day. I wasn't always like that. When I was in puberty, I remember sitting in my room the entire day, just enjoying the video games I would play. And don't get me wrong, it was a fun time. I read books, I wrote books, I did a lot of hobbies, but they were all inside. And I remember sometimes I would think back to when I was little, and somehow the dream of being this nature girl just wasn't me anymore. But somewhere in there I felt guilty. And I think that was the only thing that I needed, really. It was the last spark in me to become the person I want to become. And that spark caught fire when I went to the hospital on my 16th birthday. I had to take blood tests and they discovered that I had glandular fever. It's the sickness that makes you very tired all the time. I remember laying in bed like the entire day, not being able to move or do anything. It was like that for 2 months. I felt like life was slipping through my fingers, because the only thing I could look forward to was school. And what if I finished school? I have to go to college, and then after that I have to find a job that I really like. Then when I'm old and I can't move my body properly anymore, then I can find the freedom that I felt as a child. And I think that didn't really sit right with me. I had the feeling that life was supposed to be more. I remember one day I started crying at the dinner table. But Mom, Dad, I don't want to work my life away for only 2 weeks of vacation each year. I want to explore new places, discover the stories behind the smiles of the people I meet. I want to learn new languages just to communicate with new friends I made. I read this quote somewhere once, and it really spoke to me. It said, "All I want is to stand in a field, to smell the green and taste the air, to feel the earth want me, without all this concrete hating me." And I think that sums up pretty well how I feel most of the time. I remember my mom taking my face in both her hands and telling me, "You don't have to." And that's really all I needed. I think this life was meant for working and working and working. I mean, okay, let me put it this way. We started out as hunters and gatherers, and we used our senses to navigate us through life. We used our ears to see if there was danger outside. Our eyes would follow the stars so we knew where to go. Our hands would make a fire when it was cold outside, and our nose would tell us if something was edible or not. If you look at it like this, life doesn't have to be this difficult. And of course we enjoy some luxury, but I don't think we have to live only for that. And so I told myself to just finish high school and see what adventures life would take me on. I decided to take a gap year, and I'm now in my 4th, almost 5th. I'm not planning on going to college unless I find something I really, really like. And I know this sounds very easy, but once you decide to step away from the path that is so well concreted, you come across a rough terrain. And I think this is what most people find very frightening. But what if I tell you, you learn way more and way quicker on that rough terrain? What if I tell you there are lots of exciting experiences and challenges on that road? What if at the end of that road you can look back and think, this life was worth living? Would you take it? I'm just at the beginning of this road. And although life gave me many obstacles to overcome, like a pandemic, or my van breaking down just before I was about to live my dream life, or a breakup with a boy I thought I would see the world with, but in these past years I have seen. I have traveled. I have experienced. I have lived. On here I'd like to document my life on this rough road to fulfillment. I want to show you that you're not the only one, and that if I can do it, you can do it too. I want to be that light that guides you, like I have a light that guides me. Love, Nova.